Seen that, we're going to be staying the night at Port Isaac, and Port Isaac is where all the filming was done for Doc Martin series, and I've always wanted to go there for years and so excited to get there, but you'll get to see that. Catch us all later. Okay, we've got our first very narrow Cornwall road. We've had to turn up. It's called Unnamed Road. So this will be interesting to see where this actually takes us. We've got 15 minutes until we reach Tintagel Castle. So getting a little excited now. It is tight as a tiger around here. Beautiful little houses though. This is Wilmington, and I thought there was only Wilmington in America, but no, there's one here too in England. Okay, we are coming down the hill to Tintagel. And what a sight. It is just the most bluest day, bluest water. Can't wait to get there. We talk about Tintagel Castle as if it's a whole castle, but actually it's just ruins. And when they say ruins, I mean, there's not even any walls. It's just like an outline of the piles around the edge of the castle. But it was built approximately 800 years ago, built onto by Richard, Earl of Cornwall in 1233, but it has been around for a lot longer than that. Richard was the brother of King Henry III of Cornwall. It has changed hands many times over the centuries, and it is a mythical story that King Arthur lived there. He may have been born there long ago, but no one really knows. And it's so big that it covers two hillsides on very rugged cliffs. And it was so big that it was more of a city on the inside. It is still quite obvious where the parish was, with the prayer stone still sitting in place. Very, very steep, but beautiful walk, otherwise known as Heart Attack Hill, as we found out. Another part of the myth is that a wizard lived underneath the castle in a cave which was reachable when the tide was out. He was known as Merlin, but more than likely the case was it was used for pirates. Just having a little coffee before we take the walk down to the castle. It's going to be a bit of a hike apparently. Mind you, they reckon it's only 10 minutes. We'll have a chat to the guy when we get outside. So we've commenced this walk down to the Tintagel Castle, and it's meant to be about 10 minutes long. So I'd say it's going to be a lot worse coming back, but it's got to be worth it. And there he is coming up ahead. Apparently we buy our tickets at the top of that hill. I wish I could have just bought them at the coffee shop, but I guess we'll be there in a jiff. It's quite hot. I know it's mid-spring, but I can certainly feel myself heating up on this walk. But it's just spectacularly gorgeous. It's like you just can't even believe what it's like until you see it with your own eyes. Not letting this lady go until I show you her Cornish pasties, all getting ready for the oven. A real Cornish pasties in Cornwall, and a real Cornish man who's a bloody hard shot.
So we're going in the incubator now, and they'll come out like fully fledged pasties. So quick. And then we go on some of that really old French rubbish.
A really major part of the reason why we are doing this trip in the UK is that between Dean and I, we are pretty much, all our ancestors have come from the UK. We are either English, Scottish, Irish or French. So, and the reason why we're in this little part of the country is because on my mum's side we came from the Arthur family and the Harris family, and we know that my great-great-grandmother was born in a place called Truro, but lived with her mother and family just along the road a bit in a place called Camelford. So her mother was a Harris, and she had my great-great-grandmother to this guy Arthur, but she didn't marry him. She married a Captain Smith and they moved to Penzance. So the Arthur family were mostly from a place called St. Teth. So we thought we'd go and rummage through the cemetery and see if we could find any. So we've called through these towns and made quick stops. But we did find that there was a lot of Harris families that lived in Camelford, so the lady at the library says, but really didn't have really time to go hunting for any. But we actually had no luck finding any Arthur graves in St. Teth Cemetery either. But all was not lost, as we did find the most coolest little pub in St. Teth, the stuff of fairy tales. What an amazing old cemetery. Look at these amazing graves. Just a sight to see. Well, we just have to try to find something with Arthur written on it. Well, it's not a very big cemetery, so we might actually find something. The cemetery is just incredible. Look at that. This is the church in St. Teth Cemetery. This is incredible. Just loving this little cottagey area. We've just called into this little pub in St. Teth, tiniest, cutest little place, and we've been talking to some locals. And this guy just happens to be the guy that looks after the graveyards, but he said he hasn't seen any Arthurs in there. But and there's no other cemeteries, so we kind of can give up looking. But look at this cute place. It's just like something off TV. And who are you, mister? What's your name?
Ken.
Ken. Hi, Ken. And this is your little friend, isn't it?
That's Nova.
Hello, Nova. Oh, look at you. It's nice to meet you, locals. It's wonderful. We're just meeting the locals and enjoying the scenery of the only pub in St. Tiff. And the stories about where they came from to come here. Just gorgeous. And look, here's how it used to be. Well, you better tell us that story.
If you look up the pub at Christmas, it's covered in silver foil. I've got photographs.
Really?
You've got that, haven't you?
Yeah, I have photographs. Because I sent them to Lynn when they started doing it.
I haven't got my phone with me, but I sent them down to Steph. But she gets
She gets withdrawal symptoms.
This is what we call a new cemetery.
Christmas on the tinkle.
And again, you go through all the A's and there's no Arthurs.
No Arthurs, he said.
No, none at all.
Oh, that's sad news.
That's all right.
On our way out to Port Isaac now, and we're going to have to park at the top and walk down. But we find there's a lot of cars coming the other way. If someone has to back up and wait for each other to pass, it's just so tight. But we're nearly there, and we'll do what we have to do.
In half a mile, turn right.
Now they're going on tours. Well, they're parked down there, but you probably will be here. There's one there.
No, it's not. Is it?
Yeah, well,
That's a disabled, isn't it?
it's worn out. Never is. He said it was very hard to get a park here. Have you paid and displayed? No, what if they? Oh, there's a park right there. I have to back in there. So here we are, walking down the hill to our hotel room, all in the aid of Doc Martin. I don't know where our hotel room is yet. I'm sure we're about to find out, but I'm still not looking forward to walking out tomorrow. It'll be the same as Tintagel. I recognise some of these film sites that they used. I'm sure there'll be a lot more. Dean's still trying to find our hotel room. I'm sure it'll be nearby. Oh, and there it is, right there. We walked straight past it, and that's our window on the left, upstairs. Well, I've got to say, I'm very impressed with this little room that we got in Port Isaac. It's like little, but really, really cosy. And nice bed. Just enough to go out and see Doc Martin's house, of course. Love it. Of course, everywhere you go, there's always a Jack Russell digging a bloody hole.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the videos. Subscribe to the
We've got
account.
some nice
Yeah.
little Port Isaac boys.
guys.
Do you live here?
Yeah, we live there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I love to look at these things, but we can't take anything home back to New Zealand, so it's just nice to see. Actually, I think the chemist is down here. What was the chemist? We're actually on our way up to Doc Martin's house now. We may as well get that out of the road because everything's on a hill. Well, that's where we're staying on the other side. You can see a white building with a dark blue door. So we've come for a walk. And here we are. We're nearly at the house. Dean's bet me. He couldn't wait. I just imagine that little fluffy dog sitting on the doorstep. We've come into this gorgeous fish restaurant at the top of the hill, and this building was the schoolhouse for Doc Martin, but it's called Old School Meals. So we're having a look at this menu, and it doesn't look too bad actually. I think we're going to have decided to have fish and chips and mealess marinda. I think that's what it is. But it's looking really delicious, and we're starving, and it's only 5 o'clock. So here we are. We've ended up making a change before we go to Padstow. We thought we'd come back through St. Teth and come through Camelford, because Camelford is where the Harrises came from, my great-great-grandmother's parents. So we're going to have a look there. It's like only 20 minutes away. Just really could not go past this little cottage here. Little fox terrier growling in the window, and Mum's just pulled him away. Hello, little fellow. Yes, I know, I'm taking a video of you. You've got a lovely house. we've reached Camelford. Looks very cute, and actually it's rather a big village, much bigger than all the other ones. So look at these old buildings, and you think how many hundreds and hundreds of years they've been here. My God. But it's like this everywhere that we've been to so far down here. As soon as we got to South London, it was just like this everywhere. Too cute for its own good. Frustrating at times, but too gorgeous to ignore. Right, it's time to have a look around Camelford. And there's a little cafe around here somewhere that we've seen on Google. Gotta say, it's a beautiful day. Don't want to get run over in Camelford.
Minor injuries.
Very quaint as usual. Can't get away from our quaintness. Well, we've stopped in at a little cafe that we had found on Google, and the guy just makes breakfast. We've already had a banana, but we thought we'd just come and get some eggs on toast. Anyway, he says if you just walk around the bend of this road a bit, there's the council, and there's a guy in there that runs the council, and he's a Harris. So after we fill up on eggs and toast, we'll go and see if we can find any Harrises. Well, after that lovely breakfast, we did go for that walk up to the library and had a bit of a chat with the librarian. And she tells us that the Harris family was a very common name in that town. But we didn't really go hunting for any, and I think the only one that we'd even heard about was not available at the time. So we thought we would just be grateful that we'd experienced the sight of Camelford, where my great-great-grandmother's family lived. And we headed off to Padstow for fish and chips and Rick Stein's restaurant experience. Well, we've landed, and we were very lucky to find probably the last car park in the whole wharf. But this is Rick Stein's restaurant. We might go and have a look at it, but I don't think we'll be spending our dollars here. And more than likely it's not open yet. And this is his menu. Walk-ins welcome, £40 set lunch menu. So that's $85 each for us. $170 for lunch if we decide to go in. Walkabout's time. Look at this scenery. This is just absolutely adorable. Just how I imagined it. Just what you see on TV. On Rick Stein's cooking show. These little skinny streets and cute buildings are just getting very, very familiar now. Well, we've seen where Rick Stein's restaurant is, but we don't really know where his fish and chip shop is yet. I think someone said to us it was right next door, but I haven't seen it, so I might have to ask a local. More little Cornish pasties. Padstow Pasty Company. Well, here's Rick Stein's fish and chip shop. And it does not look like it is open. Is it? Oh, it might be open. Let's have a look. So, £11.
So compared to that, 20 for 2 or 3, £38.50.
Oh. Oh, that's not too bad. From what we can gather from all the Rick Stein food shows we've seen, he has his shop right on the wharf here, so we can get very fresh fish. And of course you turn around and there's his fish and chip shop. So I guess you can sort of understand he's probably a bit obsessed, but it probably tastes damn good. So we've got inside Rick Stein's fishmonger shop and it looks gorgeous. You can buy fresh fish and also get your fish and chips cooked up here. Oh, the smell of fish. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but look at those babes. Not as big as our Kiwi ones, but oh well. Right, we're in for fish and chips. Okay, so that's our time in Padstow, and with an honest opinion of Rick Stein's fish, I have to say that he talks about haddock quite a lot, but it really was the most oiliest fish we've ever had and didn't really have that much of a fantastic time eating it. But anyway, we're on our next tour now, on the way to Wadebridge, and we will stay the night, and the next day we'll be heading towards Land's End. So off we go.
Turn right and then turn left.
We've come to the Molesworth Arms. Not really sure what it is really. Don't know what's going on here, but we've got a bed in here and a bed in here. Oh, hi, Dad.